If you're a pet lover, your pet is a member of your family, but have you included them in your estate planning?
Can your pet be a beneficiary of a trust? Here to answer that legal question, attorneys Michael Smith and Richard Barid, co-founders of Smith Barid LLC. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, this is a question that some people have because their pets are so near and dear to them. Who's going to take care of my animal when something happens to me? And especially for seniors who have animals. So now they can
There's an option
set
available.
up a trust for them.
Absolutely. Georgia in 2010 revised our trust statutes, and one of the things that was added was
We were kind of the slower ones, weren't we? One of the last
we
to
were.
do that.
We
Yeah.
were. We're the 44th state to enact pet trust legislation. It's been around since about 1993. But basically what it allows you to do is set aside money to take care of a pet after you're gone, or more than one pet.
Yeah.
In the case, you have more than one.
And we talked about this earlier this morning, and I misunderstood it originally. This is not necessarily leaving your estate to a pet. This is leaving money, putting money aside to care for the continued care of the pet.
That's right.
Although you can, if you're Leona Hemsley, you can, right?
You can. Leona Helmsley left, I think it was about $12 million to her pet, and a judge,
How's
I think...
that dog doing? Does anybody know?
Better than most of us, I bet. The judge cut that award down to, I think, maybe $2 million, but that pet's still doing pretty well. And another thing you can do with the trust is, obviously, you're not just leaving the money, as Tim was saying, just the entire thing to your pet, but you can appoint a person who will oversee and not just take care of that pet, but also see that the money is apportioned the right way and that that money will carry on and take care of that pet when you can't.
Do you have to do that, though?
Yeah,
Do you have to have a person?
when you say you can.
Yes, when you establish a trust, you're going to establish a trustee who's going to be responsible for distributing the funds from the trust. And then you can also have someone appointed as the caretaker for the animal. So the trustee would
So that
distribute
could be
money to the
different
caretaker
Yeah.
to take care of the animal. And then ultimately, when the animal passes away, or if you have multiple animals when they pass away, the assets from the trust can be distributed to whomever you desire.
But do they have to set this up as they would a part of their will? They have to do it legally through an attorney?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's right. It can be done as part of your will. It can be set up as a separate trust. There are different ways to go about doing that, but most people would put it as part of their will. The money would pass into the trust when they pass away, and then the person who was appointed to oversee that would do exactly what you've told them to do in terms of taking care of the pet. When the pet passes away, as Mike said, that money is going to pass on to your other beneficiaries. And if you don't have other beneficiaries, then Georgia law is set up to distribute that money to your family or people who are close to you.
Because there are expenses that will obviously continue when somebody passes away for the care of animals.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So many times that gets left to family members who may not be either willing or able to take the pets on.
Right.
And then what happens?
That's exactly right. In fact, one of the pets I have, we have a little dog named Charlie, a little Maltese. My wife found this dog in the Kroger parking lot in someone's car. She was saying, "Oh, that's a cute dog." The owner came out and said, "Do you want him?" And it turned out what had happened is someone had passed away in that person's family. They hadn't left anything to provide for the dog, and this person couldn't take care of the dog. So I got a call at work that day, "Hey, can we get another dog?" So we have Charlie, who we love, but that was just a lucky thing. And the statistics say that there are over 1 million pets each year that are put to death because their owners don't provide for them in their wills or to take care of them once they've passed away.
Wow.
Now, is this just a matter of course that you should include in any will, or is there a specific group that you recommend this for?
Well, I think it's a discussion you should have. The question is really how much, is needed to leave for the pet. And, if you have multiple pets and you wanted to leave a sizable amount to them, then definitely you need to set up a specialized trust to handle that. In other circumstances where it's less complicated, perhaps having a conversation with a family member that you think would be appropriate to care for that pet, maybe leaving them some money would be an easier way to handle it.
And of course, this just opens the bigger subject of estate planning in general, something that a lot of people wait too long to do.
Absolutely.
Exactly right. And this change in the trust law was the first major change in Georgia trust law in about a quarter of a century. So if nothing else, what we hope is that this will encourage people, spark their interest to come out. If you haven't had your will or your trust looked at in the last 2 years, you need to get with your estate planning attorney and let them review it, because there have been major changes to the law, not just this pet trust part, which is interesting, but major changes to every other part of the Georgia Trust Code.
And that's what this company that you have set up, that's specifically what you do.
That's right. Our firm focuses on estate planning, elder law, which we talked to y'all about some last summer, and special needs planning. So we help families with special needs kids.
And also
together plan.
veterans. You do a lot
That's
of-
correct. We do a lot of work with veterans.
with veterans.
Well, if somebody's interested in this, who do they call and where do they go from there?
They can call our office. Our number is 912-352-3999. Our website has a lot of information there. And we're going to have a magazine article coming up in over the summer about pet trusts as well, so
Great.
they can look for that.
Thanks so much for calling
Thank
it
you
to
very
our
much.
attention. And if you'd like some great rib rub, you can get that at that
That's
number
right.
as well. Award-winning, the creator of.
You got to come by the office to get it.
That's right. Absolutely. Thanks both
Thank
so much.
you.
Appreciate it. The 6th annual Cooks and Books. Talk with the authors, enjoy great food, and more. Next.